In this video, we will learn about the Z algorithm and we will see how the Z array can help us for searching a pattern inside a text. So let's first understand what is the Z array. So Z of I means the length of the longest substring starting at index I, which is also a prefix of the original string. Let's say we have a string here ABABA and we want to calculate the value of Z at index 2. So Z at index 2 means what will be the length of the longest substring starting at index 2 that is also a prefix of this string. So we can see here that starting from index 2 we can have this substring ABA, which is also a prefix of this whole string. So we can have a substring of length 3 that is also a prefix. So Z of 2 will be 3. Similarly, Z of 1 will be 0. As you can see that for this string ABABA, all the prefixes will start with the character A, but at index the first character is B. At index 1 the first character is B. So we can conclude that starting from index 1 we cannot have any prefix, we cannot have any substring that is also a prefix of this whole string. So we can say that Z of 1 is 0. That means the length of the string will be 0 or the string is not present, or the substring is not present. So now what will be Z at index 0? So Z0 means the substring starting at index 0 that is also a prefix. So we can see here that we can take this whole ABA as a substring starting at 0 and we can see that this whole thing is also a prefix of this string. So Z0 will be equal to the length of the original string. So here Z0 will be 5. Now let's see how to calculate the Z value at any index. So simply what we can do is that, let's say we want to find the Z value at index 2. So we will match this character at index 2 with this character at index 0. We can see that this is a match. That means starting from 2 we can have a substring of length 1 that is also a prefix. So Z2 will be 1. As Z value at index I means the length of the longest substring, means we have to find the longest match. So as we have found a match of length 1, we will try to maximize the length of the substring. So we will match the next two characters. So the next character in the substring will be at index 3 and the next character in the prefix will be at index 1. So we can see that both these characters are B, so this is again a match. So we can find, so we have found a substring of length 2 starting from index 2 that is also a prefix. So we can say that Z of 2 will be 2. Now we will try to find some longer substring, that is a substring of length 3. So for that reason we will match this A with this A, and again we are again these two are matching, so we can have a substring of length 3 that is also a prefix. So the Z value at index 2 is 3. So we cannot have any longer substring starting at 2 that is also a prefix, so the Z value at 2 is 3. So what we are doing here is that initially uh, we haven't matched any characters, so we will say that z of 2 is 0. Then we will match the 0th character with the second character, because we are trying to find the value, z value at index 2. So we will match the 0th character with the second character, and if it is a match, then we will increment this z value at index 2, because we know that the character at index 0 and character at index 2 are matching. That means at least a substring of length 1 has been found starting from index 2, that is also a prefix. So z2 will be 1. So what will be the next characters to be matched? So the next character in the prefix will be at index 1, and the next character in the substring will be at index 3. So we will match the character at index 1 and 3, and if it is a match, we know that the character at 0 is matched with character at 2, the character at 1 is matched with character at 3. So we have found a substring of length 2 starting from index 2, that is also a prefix. So we just update the value of the at index 2 by 2. So or just we just increment the value by 1. Okay, this way we will try to increase the value. We will try to find some longer substrings until a mismatch occurs. So if we are trying to find the find or calculate the z value at index I, then initially we will set the z value at index I as 0, as we haven't matched any characters. So we will assume that we don't have any substring starting at index I which is also a prefix. Then we will start matching character by character. So we will match the ith character with the 0th character, then we will match the I plus 1th character with the first character. If it is a match, then we will go to the I plus 2th character with the second character. So initially if 0 and ith character is a match, then we know that zi will be incremented to 1. Okay, so then we will match the 1th character with the I plus 1th character. If it is a match, then zi will be incremented to 2. So simply we can say that we have to match the ith character with the I plus so we can simply say that we have to match the zith character with I plus zith character, because the position of the character to be matched in the prefix will be at index z of I, and the position or the index of the character to be matched in the substring will be at I plus zi. We can see this we can see it from these values here. And if the zith character is matched with the I plus zith character, then we will simply increment the zi. So initially zi will be 0, so we will be matching I plus 0 with the I plus 0th character with the 0th character, and if it is a match, we will have the zi value as 1. So in the next step we will calculate the I plus zi, means the I plus 1th character with the zith character, that is the 1th character, and if it is again a match, then zi will be 2, and simply this process will go on. So we can say that we have to match the zith character with the I plus zith character in the string, and until the match occurs, and we will simply increment the value of the zi, and as soon as the mismatch occurs we can stop there. Here is the code. We have the string s, n is the length of the string. We are creating a vector, the z vector. The length of the z vector is equal to the length of the string, and all the values are initialized with 0. As we are not interested in the z value at index 0, so we are starting from index 1, and for each index this while loop will be executed, and inside this while loop we are matching character by character. That is, we are matching the character at index zi with the character at index I plus zi, and if it is a match then we will increment zi, and this loop will be executed until a mismatch occurs, and the corresponding zi value will be calculated for that index. To improve the complexity of this code, we can initialize the z values with some value greater than 0, and if we can do that, then the number of iterations in this while loop will decrease, and so that the complexity will be better. Let's see how we can do that. Let's see some example. We have this string and I am writing some z values. So z value at index 1 will be 0, z value, this is b. Okay, so z value at index 2, you can see this AB is matching with this AB, and this is the maximum match. The length is 2, so z value at index 2 is 2. Now the z value at index 5, from index 5 up to index 8, this is matching with index 0 up to index 3. This is the maximum match, so the z value at index 5 is 4. Now when we are trying to when we are calculating the z value at index 5, we can see that we have already matched the characters at 6, 7 and 8 index with the characters at 1, 2 and 3 index. So we name this segment as LR. That means starting from index 5, that is L, up to index 8, that is R, this segment is already matched with the prefix starting from index 0 up to index 3. We will call this segment as a previously matched segment, and if there is any index for which we haven't calculated the z value till now, we can use the previously calculated z values. That means let's see here, as this segment L to R is matched with the segment 0 to 3, that means this A is equivalent to this A at index 0, this B is equivalent to this B, similarly this A is equivalent to this A. So when we are trying to calculate the z value of index 7, we can initialize the z7 as z2, as we know that both characters are equivalent and previously matched, so the z value at 7 may be initialized with the z value at index 2. It doesn't mean that always it will be equal, so we can initialize it with z2 in this case. So what will be the value? The value is 2 now. And what is the improvement? So the improvement is that as the value is initialized with 2, we already know that this 7 and 8 is matched with 0 and 1. So we don't start the matching from this A with this A and this B with this B. This is already matched as the value is initialized with 2. So we will directly start from this 9 with this 2 and so on. Okay, so we have reduced the number of iterations of this while loop. There will be some cases where we cannot directly initialize the z7 with z2 or like that. So let's say we have this string containing 5 A's. In this case, this is index 1. So z, for when calculating z1, we shall match these 4 characters with these 4 characters. So z of 1 will be 4, because starting at 1 we can have a substring of length 4 that is also a prefix. So the maximum matched segment is this one. So when we will calculate the z value at 2, so what will be the equivalent character? So this A is previously matched with this A, and this A is matched with this A. So we can initialize z2 with the value z1, but the problem here is that z1 is 4, but starting from index 2 we only have 3 characters. So the z value is greater, but we have lesser characters left. Okay, so in this case the z value at index 2 will be initialized with the number of characters left, that is 3, because we can have maximum match of length 3, not more than that. So okay, so if we are trying to find the z value at index I, if we are trying to find the z value at index I, that will be minimum of z value at the equivalent index, that is z of I minus l, the equivalent index, and if there are lesser characters than z of I minus l left, like this case, then it will be the number of characters left, that is r minus I plus 1. So here l and r are the starting and the ending index of the previously matched segment. Okay, and for any index I, the equivalent character will be at index I minus l. We can see it from here that for if this is the previously matched segment, then l is 5, r is 8. So this b is at index 6. So what is the equivalent character? That is at index 1. So as the b is at index 6, so this is our I, and what is our l? L is 5, so I minus l will be 6 minus 5, that is equal to 1. Okay, so and we can see that this at index 1, this is the equivalent character of b. That means this b and this b were matched previously. Okay, so if we are trying to find the z value at index I, and if that index I is present in between L and R, where L and R the starting and ending positions of the previously matched segment, then we can initialize the value of Zi by this formula. Okay, and in this case the Zi value may be greater than 0, and if it is greater than 0, then it will improve our complexity of the previous code. Okay, so we can update the code and we can do like this. I just copied. Okay, so what we have changed here is that I have added this portion, and this portion. Okay, and rest of the code is similar to previous one. So what extra I am doing is that I am just having some L and R. This L and R will contain the starting and ending position of the mm, previously matched segment, and we will maintain the segment that ends the rightmost. Okay, so if we have already a segment like this, and after some time we have a matched segment like this, then we will simply update the L and R, and the new values of the L and R will be the starting and ending index of this segment. So we will always maintain the starting and ending index of the segment which is ending rightmost. Okay, yes. So what I am doing initially is that uh, I am initializing the value of the z array at index I. So if I is less than equal to R, and you can say that I is greater than equal to L, that means if this index I is in between the previously matched segment, then we can say that z of I is initialized with this formula. We have seen it previously. Okay, and after that we are running this simple while loop, that is if there is again another match or not, okay, extra match or not. And finally we have, when we are exiting this while loop, we have calculated the zi value. Okay, that means starting from index I, we have a substring of length zi that is also a prefix. Okay, so after that, so if we have calculated the value of zi, that means starting from I, we have a substring of length zi. That means what will be the last character of that substring? So the last character of the substring will be at index I plus zi minus 1. Okay, so this will be the substring starting at I up to I plus zi minus 1. So the length of this substring will be z of I, and this substring will also be a prefix of the string. So okay, after calculating the value of zi, if we found some new segment that is ending beyond the previous R, then we will just simply update our L and R. I have said this before, that is previously, let's say this is our segment, and if we have a new segment that is ending in the right side of the previous R, then our new segment will be this one, and so that we have to update our L to this starting position of this new segment and R to this new segment, ending position of the new segment. Okay, so that we are checking that condition if our last index of the matched segment, so what is our last index? That is I plus zi minus 1. If it is greater than previous R, then we will say that we have matched or checked all the characters up to I plus zi minus 1, and we have started from the index I, started matching from the index I. Okay, so in this way we can improve the complexity, or we have efficiently calculated the zi value. Now with the help of the Z algorithm or Z array, we can solve this problem. Here is a pattern ABC, and we have to find the occurrences of this pattern inside this text. We can see here this ABC is present here and here. So at index 0 and at index 5, there are two occurrences of this pattern ABC in this text. So for solving this problem using the Z algorithm, we have to concat these two things, means this pattern and this text, this way. So we have the pattern first, then we have a special character, and then we have the text, and we have to choose the special character such that it is not present in the pattern and in the text. So that I have chosen hash here. After that, we have to calculate the Z array of this whole string, and if we can find any Z value that is equal to the pattern length at any index, then we can say that starting from that index this pattern will occur. Okay, we can see here this is the Z value of the corresponding string, and now in this case our pattern is ABC, so the pattern length is 3, and our text string is this one. So starting from the text string, we can see that here we have a value 3. That means starting from this index we have a substring of length 3 that is also a prefix. So we know that this substring is of length 3 and it is also a prefix, and our prefix is our pattern. That means this substring is equal to the pattern. So this is a pattern match. So as the length of the pattern is 3, and inside this text, means starting from this index we have found a Z value as 3. That means at this index we have found one occurrence of the pattern. Again at this index we have the Z value as 3, which is the length of the pattern. So again here this is a occurrence of the pattern string, and this way we can solve this problem using the Z algorithm. In the next video we will solve some problems using this algorithm.